The next surface that we want to generate is the back surface of the spoke, so that's these orange curves here. So let's just hide the center, and because we're doing a revolve, the first thing we want to do is for all of these curves we need to put the pivot point onto the y-axis. So I'm going to do them all in one go, and I'm going to use Alt and click on the grid point there to snap it to the grid line. As long as it's on the y-axis, it doesn't matter where it is. And then we can do a revolve. So we've now got those three surfaces there. And we've got a revolve with history on. We've got create history on there. It was 72 degrees about Y. So because we've got history on, we want to rotate the curves on the layer spoke R. So we're going to go and pick object there. So we've picked our three curves. You can tell over there we've got three curves picked, and we want to rotate those by -36 around the y-axis. So that's created as that back surface. The only thing we need to do now is just to trim that out. So we're going to trim, we'll put 3D trimming on with project and normal on, and then we can pick the surface, pick the edge, pick the bit that we want to keep. Pick the surface, the edge, the bit that we want to keep, and now we have it trimmed out. We can then pick those surfaces, and we're going to assign those to that rear layer. The final thing that we want to do, if you remember, we wanted 4mm clearance between the brake caliper and this back surface, and we did check it on the curve, so there's absolutely no reason to think that won't be correct. But let's just check that on the surfaces as well. So if we're going to take the hardware shade off, it was this lower edge here needs to be 4mm off this back surface. So we can check that as a surface. There's never any harm in checking things. So we're in the curve to surface deviation checker here. So we pick the edge that we want and then the surface that we want to compare it with, and you can see that the minimum distance and the maximum distance are exactly the same, which we'd expect because it's a revolved shape. They're all revolved shapes, and we should also find exactly the same numbers on this edge to that back surface, so it's just over 4mm everywhere. So we've got the clearance that we want.